Be Kind Rewind videos. I look out.
All right, Be Kind Rewind. This time we're talking Superman 1 and Superman 2.
Superman 1 and 2.
We just talked about it in our trivia question. I just gave you a little tidbit of information
And I got it
there.
right. Yeah, and you taught me something.
Yeah, I just taught you something. That the original ending for Superman 1 was supposed to be...
For Superman 2.
That's exactly it, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, the telling of Superman, man, it was such a groundbreaking film for the time.
Yes.
You know, and Superman is the granddaddy of all of these films.
That's right.
Like all the superhero films, it all started with Superman. That was the original.
1978.
1978. And the tag for the film was like, you'll believe a man can fly.
That's crazy.
And that you did, man.
Yeah,
like
you
when
definitely
watching
did.
it as a kid, man, it was like the greatest thing I'd ever seen.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You know, I love Superman growing up.
Same here, man.
You know,
I loved it. Yeah.
And man, we have to talk about the job that Christopher Reeve
Come on,
did
I told you, man.
in this film. Like
I told
you
you
just
before,
touched on
you
it.
know, he is the ultimate Superman.
He is.
You cannot outdo Christopher Reeve as Superman.
And Christopher Reeve was young at that time. I think he was only like 23 years old.
Definitely.
When he took on the role of Superman. And the reason why we say that he's the greatest Superman there has been is because, like, it's just something that you can't, it's one of those intangible things that you can't really put your hand on and really touch. But he had such a charisma as Superman. Like, you just believe, like, just the way that he would look at Lois Lane or the way that he would smile and, you know, the confidence that he exuded as Superman. And then how all of that was so different from what Clark Kent was.
Yeah.
It was just, it was amazing to see. And one of my favorite scenes in any type of comic book film or superhero themed movie at all, like, happened in this film. And it's the scene when Superman first appeared in Metropolis. When Lois Lane is getting on the helicopter.
I knew it.
When she's getting on the helicopter and then the helicopter is on top of the roof and then it ends up like falling off.
Yeah.
And people are witnessing like her hanging off the you know, for dear life from this helicopter. And then like he looks up and he hears all the commotion, or Clark Kent hears all the commotion. And then, you know, he goes into the telephone booth. I think it was. No, it wasn't even a telephone booth. It was the door.
Yeah, he went the revolving door.
He went in the revolving door and then he came out. And the guy said, "Say, Jim, that's a bad outfit." Woo! You know, that was my part right there, man. And he said, "Excuse me for a moment."
Yeah.
I mean, just that little gesture, that "excuse me for a moment." And then he just took off flying.
Yeah.
You know.
Straight G.
And she falls and he catches her. And she was like, he's like, "Don't worry, miss. I've got you."
Yeah.
And she's like, "You got me?
Well,
who's got you?" You know, and that, I mean, that was like one of the greatest lines and greatest moments in any comic book film.
yeah.
And then, like, he catches the helicopter with one hand.
With one hand.
While he has her
here, helicopter
right.
here.
And then just puts her down. He tells her, like, flying is still one of the, you know, whatever
Still
the
one of the
was,
safest
ways of flying,
ways of
travel.
travel.
Or whatever. And then he just flies off and then she passes out. Man.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can't.
That's straight player, man.
It is.
That's straight player. I mean, hey. That's straight player. You can't. That's why I say you can't go wrong with Clark Kent, Superman. You can't go wrong, man.
Christopher Reeve was so great, man. And then let's talk a little bit Lex Luthor, man.
Come
Gene
on,
Hackman,
Gene Hackman, man.
Yeah,
what do you think about Hackman, man? It was the best Lex Luthor to me.
Yeah,
I really think, and I mean, he was a genius supervillain, man. Gene Hackman, man, come on. I mean, there's not much you can say.
The first two films, again, like I said, in unison. One of the schemes from Lex Luthor is like it was a land. Like he wanted land. He wanted to own land and be, you know, the king of, you know, this particular plot of land. And so he was going to destroy half of the eastern seaboard
to get it.
Right. Yeah. But in the process of doing this, Lois Lane, at like something that was unheard of at the time, Lois Lane is actually killed in this film.
Yeah.
She died in
the film. I mean, something that you wouldn't have thought would have happened.
At that time, for the very first film,
they killed Lois Lane.
Right.
You wouldn't have thought that would have happened.
No. And so in a fit of rage, Superman...
player. Come on, player.
He flew into the atmosphere.
That's right.
And began to fly around the earth, even though he was told it was forbidden.
Yes.
for him to interfere in human affairs, but he knew that like he was human.
That was his girl.
Not only that, but he was human himself.
That's right.
And he witnessed all of this destruction
Yeah.
that he couldn't prevent. And so he flies around the earth. He reverses time.
Reverses time.
Flies so fast. He's so powerful that he can reverse time just by flying around the earth. However many times he flew around the earth.
I don't know, because he started going super fast.
Yeah. And then he, stopped time and he went back, and Lois Lane was okay. She was back alive.
Yeah.
And he stopped Lex Luthor, man. And that was the end of that film, man.
But next time I get in trouble at home, I'm going to say, baby, I'll rewind the earth for you.
Rewind the earth for you.
Rewind the earth for you.
That's right. And so, and then like Superman 2 picks right up from that. Now, again, like there was a lot of controversy because Richard Donner directed the majority of the film.
Majority of it, yeah.
But at the last minute, because of, creative differences, like he was replaced with Richard Lester, who came in, and I think he added a little bit more of the comedic element.
Yes, he did.
To the film. I have to say this, and still, I don't care how many, like one of my favorite superhero comic book villains, Zod. In this movie, like I love Zod. Kneel before Zod.
Yeah.
Terence Stamp was excellent as Zod. Man.
Oh yeah.
Just to see Superman finally going against someone that could hang with
him.
But now here's the thing though. Superman is madly in love with Lois Lane. And then because of love, he ends up sacrificing his powers in order to be with Lois.
Yeah. Would you sacrifice?
We all make sacrifices.
That's right.
We all make sacrifices.
That's right. We do. We do.
But he ends up sacrificing, his powers for his love, Lois Lane.
Man, come on now.
But in the process,
the
world is being taken over, and they know nothing about it because they
off
in love land.
In love land.
Yeah, they're off in love land, and they the way they found out is like they were driving, I guess, back to Metropolis, and they stopped in this diner.
Yeah,
and they see the news report. But before seeing the news report, Clark gets beat up bad.
He gets beat up.
Because this guy tries to hit on Lois.
I bet he thought twice then.
Yeah, this guy tries to hit on Lois, and Clark tried to stand up to him, and he got beat down.
He got beat down. First time ever feeling pain.
He got beat down. It was a new feeling for him.
Yeah, it was something new.
something brand new.
That's right.
And so after that, he knew he had to do something.
He had to do something. He had to get his powers back.
Yeah.
Had to get his power back and save the world.
So he goes back to the Fortress of Solitude, right. And, he was able to get his powers back. Then we see that Zod, Ursula, and Non have taken over, like Lex Luthor is, he approached them when they were at the White House.
Yeah.
And, it was like, man, they had such great lines, man. They were like, who are you?
Yeah.
They didn't even know. He was like, who am I? Lex Luthor.
You don't know me?
He's like,
you need to know me.
Yeah, exactly. And so Lex Luthor tells them the way to get to Superman is through Lois Lane. And so they fly to the Daily Planet.
That's right.
They find Lois Lane, and that's where we find, three of them.
Yeah.
And Lex Luthor says something to Zod. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he says like, "Why would you do such and such?" I can't remember exactly what he said word for word. But one of my favorite lines, and he said it so smooth. Zod said, "Why do you say these things when you know I will kill you for it?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Wow, this guy, he is cold. He's cold, but he said it so smooth, man." And, it was just like, man, I love Zod. And, like, his one thing was, like, that kneel before Zod.
Yeah.
They were all kneel before Zod, Man. One of my favorite characters. But then Superman shows up, and he was like, "Hi, General, would you mind stepping outside?"
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Cold line right there.
Cold line.
Man. And then they fight, man.
Yeah.
And there's so much destruction being caused. And one thing, and there's this one particular scene that really stood out. And it was like, man, that's why he's Superman. Because when all this destruction is happening, like he looks around at it and he's like, man, stop it. The people. He said, he screams out the people.
Yeah.
And he's looking at all this going on around him. And then he flies off.
Yeah. Because
he knows that if he stays there, there's going to be a lot of destruction and a lot of people are going to die. And so he flies off and they're like, look, he's scared. Like, look at him. This is, your so-called Superman. And so he ends up flying to home.
Yeah.
He flies to the Fortress of Solitude. And, they know he cares about Lois Lane, so they take both her and they take Lex because he knows Superman's address.
That's right.
And so they fly to the Fortress of Solitude, and there they find Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And again, another fight ensues. And one of the funniest things that happened, man, he threw the plastic cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
He throws the S at him, and but Lex, seeing what Superman did before, he was like, if you put him in that chamber, he'll lose his powers.
Yeah.
That'll take his powers away. And so Superman, he was like, because he made a bargain with Lex.
Yeah.
He was like, man, don't tell them, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
go in this chamber, and if I get them in there, then it'll take away
your
their powers.
Yeah.
And Lex is like, hey, he's trying to fool you. Don't go in there. He's trying to fool you. If you go in there, it'll take your powers away, and it'll make you like me.
Yeah.
Don't do it. And so they were like, all right, Lex
You go in
Luthor.
there.
Yeah. King of whatever land
Yeah.
you want. You're that king of that.
That's right.
And so Superman goes in the chamber, and all the lights start flashing on, but it's on the outside.
On the outside.
And so he comes out, and Zod is like, kneel before Zod. So he bends down, he grabs his hand, and then he crushes his hand. He crushes his hand. And, he played a trick on
Yeah,
him.
he took their powers.
And
because he knew Lex wasn't
knew-
going to hold on to it.
He knew Lex was going to double cross him, and so that's what it was, man.
Yeah.
And so he ends up defeating him. And Lex being Lex, he tries to play like, man, I knew it. I knew we were together all the time. He's like, quit the games, Lex.
Yeah.
And so he takes Lex Luthor back to jail. He goes and, he fixes, he puts the flag back on top of the White House and all this kind of stuff. And then something that I'll say wasn't very Superman-like, but he did it.
What was it?
Man, he went back to that diner at the party.
Yeah, I got to get my revenge.
Yeah, he went back to that diner.
Get my
He was like,
revenge.
all right. He was like, yeah, you got me then.
Yeah.
But
You ain't going to get me now?
Nah, man.
Yeah.
And he messed that dude
Yes,
up. The dude
he did.
tried to hit him.
Yeah.
And he broke his hand trying to hit him. And then everybody's looking at him like, man, what happened? He said, oh, I've been
working
out.
Yeah.
So, man, then we get the classic Superman flying off into space, waving at the camera and, flying over the earth.
Flying over the earth.
Christopher Reeve is just unmatched in that role, man. I still haven't to this day seen anyone to, reach that level just yet. We'll see what they do going forward with David Cornsweet Superman and what James Gunn has created. But to this day, Christopher Reeve is He is Superman. He is Superman.
He is Superman.
And was Superman.
That's right.
Shout out to Christopher Reeve.
Yes.
And, everything that he was able to do with that character. Man.
Yeah.
He made us believe that a man could fly.
That's right. Made us believe it.